Hey, it's Dorr with Tactical Hyve. Today's video, it's all about the AR gold trigger for the AR-15 pattern. Is it the gold standard? Let's find out. Hey guys, today's video is brought to us by CCW Safe. If you carry concealed for protection, it's a really good idea to have somebody that knows what's coming next, all right? You're gonna have that second fight post-incident. These guys specialize in it. They will handpick your legal team. They will send out a private investigator on your behalf. And definitely that is something I would wanna have given the circumstances. So check them out in the description below, and let's get back to the video. All right guys, so we're back. And today's video, like I said, it's all about the AR gold trigger packs. I wouldn't say I'm new to these match Gucci triggers on ARs, but it definitely took me a while to figure out like just how big of a game changer upgrade they really are. Obviously I shot mil-spec M4 triggers for quite a while. The armors had little tricks that they could do. They would polish certain components. They would mess with the spring tension inside the trigger, the mil-spec triggers, to help us out a little bit, but by no means were they match or Gucci or even nice. Later on in my career, when I became a sniper, obviously I was introduced to purpose-built, match triggers, and I never looked back. Towards the end of my career, the Geisley triggers that were adopted by SOCOM became the norm. Everybody had them, and I immediately went out and bought several of them and put them in quite a few of my GATs, because it is, in my opinion, the #1 upgrade you need to do to a base model AR or any whatever carbine or rifle. The pistol grip, the foregrip, the rails, how you have it set up, the sling, whatever. To each their own. You got to figure out what works for you, but having a great trigger makes those crucial, fast, tight shots that much more possible and consistent, in my opinion. All right, guys, so we've been trying these out for past few months. Miles got hooked up with the AmericanTrigger.com guys. They sent us out a sampling of what they make. We've started throwing them into our guns, giving them a go, and man, they're really nice. The fixed triggers are set at 3.5, but they also have the adjustable models, and you can go down from there. This one is set at just shy of 2.5 right now, which I do not recommend for any type of real world application. We're just using it on the range, but impressed so far. Haven't had any issues. Obviously right off the bat, they are AR gold. They're gold triggers. Gold is gangster. Everybody knows you're probably pretty high up in your organization. You're sporting gold guns, or maybe you're just starting out. You don't have the full gold gun, but you got the gold trigger. You let them know. You've got that. You got your eye on the prize. You're ready for management in the underworld organization of your choice. Or maybe you just like shiny things. I don't know. I could take it or leave it, but that's the color they come in. In the box, you get, nice little box. You get this sweet little quote from Jeff Cooper. You get a Club Timer advertisement. You get a information card to help you better maintenance, install, take care of your trigger pack, get a couple of stickers, and then boom, you get your one-piece or cartridge style trigger pack. It's all ready to go. It comes with the necessary pins needed to get it into your lower. And this is the non-adjustable, so it doesn't have the set screws on the back. But the adjustable version does have set screws, and it's this top one that has the Loctite. You can visible Loctite. That is how you adjust the poundage or spring tension that's going to affect your pull. All right, so these are what is known as a drop-in trigger module. When I was doing a little bit of research on the internet, people were referring to it as a cartridge style trigger pack, because all the components are put together in the factory and ready for you to drop in and use, just like you would a bullet, I guess, or cartridge. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that. It makes installation very easy. You don't have to have really any firearms experience. There's a link on the information card in the box. It takes you right to the website, and they take you through the process. It's pretty easy. So these things are known for their short reset as well as their crisp break. I'm very impressed. They come in 4 different variations. So you have your curved kind of traditional trigger as well as the flat blade trigger. And then you can get either or in the adjustable or non-adjustable configuration. So 4 different to choose from. We've been trying out all 4. And I mean, like I said, I like them. So, but for that added, what I feel to be crucial reliability and durability, I'm going to go with the non-adjustable. Anything I'm going to be training with in regards to, you know, real life stuff, unpleasant stuff. But as far as competitive shooting, definitely go with the adjustable. Sky's the limit. You can tune it to fit your exact specifications and preferences. So this is the adjustable curved trigger model. We've got this thing down about as light as it can go and still be reliable. We're still tinkering with it. But, you know, obviously you can just go ahead and go by feel. Some people like to go by sound. They do one of these where they take out the creep a little bit, a few millimeters, and then they listen for some ridiculous reason. And man, that thing is like touching a freaking button, not even pulling a trigger. Let's go ahead and do it again. But this time, we're gonna smell it. I'm gonna taste it. Yeah, you can definitely feel it on the tongue and in the nostrils. That was just shy of 2.5 pounds. You heard it here on Tactical Hyve. All right, so now that we're back to being serious, let's go ahead and take our gauge that actually gives us readings and let's see where this thing is at. 2.43. All right, guys, so we did some pull gauge readings on these. This is the adjustable version, and we were tweaking with it, trying to get it down as low as possible. And we got it just shy of 2.5 pounds. It came in at about 2.43 pounds, and that is ridiculously light for any type of dynamic or tactical application. Even just plinking around, messing around, I would suggest going at least a full pound, if not 1.5 pounds heavier than that. But for competitive shooting, for long range shooting, definitely I would go that low. And being able to adjust back and forth on the same trigger group is pretty awesome. Another feature we want to cover, not only is the adjustable trigger weight super low, but man, the reset on this, you know, is something of note. Go ahead and take the slack out. It's got a little bit of creep on there, but that's okay. You break the shot, go ahead, rack, reset. And I mean, that reset is automatic. It's immediate. And if you know AR triggers, you know, once you try one of these, I mean, that is probably going to be one of the first things that stands out to you. Like the reset on these can really only be described as gold. It has a golden reset. So if, you know, rapid fire, multi-target engagements, etc., are something that you're into, having a trigger that can get right back on to locked and loaded and for the next shot is a must. And this thing does not disappoint. All right, guys, so the pros on this, you know, obviously you can go either or with the fixed non-adjustable, which is going to be a little bit more durable, a little bit more purpose-built, reliable for, say, an end-user role. But they've also got the adjustable. And if I was going to put this thing in a long gun, you know, set up for static long-range shooting, I wouldn't have any issues with it, any problems with it. And I'm not saying the adjustable is going to fail on you. I just haven't been able to really put it through its paces to hell and back to tell you for sure. But it's recommended that once you find that sweet spot, that you Loctite that set screw in, because that harmonic whip of firing round after round has a tendency to back off anything that's threaded down. So, you know, just some advice. So you do get those 4 different configurations to choose from. I personally like the traditional trigger, especially again for, dare I say, tactical or LARPing use. I think that it's going to be a slightly less of a snag hazard, but you know, that might just be my imagination. That, and I'm just comfortable with it. But I have shot the flat triggers. I like the flat triggers. I think those are designed more for the competition crowd, but they work and they work well. And if gnat's ass competitive, you know, fractions of a second, fractions of an inch count, then, you know, definitely try out the flat triggers if you haven't, because some people really like them. And I have no issues with them. I use them as well. Miles is a big fan of them. I shoot his guns from time to time, you know, but teach their own. So some of the cons, I mean, these are pricey when it comes to, you know, drop-in match triggers. They're MSRPing for about $279 right now. But, you know, I'm a buy once, cry once kind of guy. Not that I paid for these. They did send these out to us, and we are not sending them back. So if that's any indication of how much we like them, you know, take our word for it. But, I mean, they are very good triggers. I mean, the adjustability and even the non-adjustable, that 3.5, it's smooth. It's like butter. And, you know, take it or leave it, pro, con, they come in gold. And like I discussed earlier, gold is gangster. You know, if the more gangster you are, the more gold your gun should be, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen some pretty cool ones out there. We've got on the War Room, the guns and gear that are popping up on our War Room community, man. It's like it's amazing with some of the artistry and what goes into that. But, you know, and then, yeah, they do only come in gold. It is the AR gold trigger line. So, you know, you got to take it or leave it. Some people like to paint their stuff or whatever, but I'm not going to worry about it. But other than that, we're still going to be shooting these things. We're still going to be T&Eing them, trying them out. But so far, so good. All right, guys, so in conclusion, we have been using these things for a while. So far, very impressed. We will keep you abreast of any changes or updates in our opinions. But I mean, honestly, guys, I'm not only myself, but everybody else at the channel, we're thoroughly impressed with these things, and we're going to keep them in our guns and continue to use them. So that should be an endorsement in itself. And if you guys want more details on the triggers, we do have a more comprehensive text article on the site. Go ahead and check that out in the description below. And like always, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell. You know, you don't want to miss any content. We're pumping it out as fast as we can. And we'll see you next time. This is Dorr, out.